The Galactic Council was a place of grandeur and authority, floating silently in the black expanse of space. Its colossal chambers were lined with glowing panels, holographic screens, and floating platforms. Representatives from hundreds of star systems had gathered here, each boasting fleets, technologies, and civilizations that spanned millennia. Yet amidst all this display of power, Earth had dared to appear. The humans arrived quietly, their ships modest and simple. They didn't hover in massive formations or display weaponry that rivaled small moons. Instead, they floated with purpose, almost humbly. The alien delegates watched with thinly veiled amusement. The lead human ambassador, a calm and measured woman named Commander Alara Voss, stepped forward. Her presence was commanding, not because of size or armor, but because of the quiet confidence she radiated. Her voice, clear and steady, carried across the council chamber. "Honored members of the Galactic Council," she began, "we present Earth's fleet for your consideration." Immediately, snickers echoed from the alien delegates. One of the tallest beings with translucent skin that shimmered in rainbow colors leaned forward. His voice was sharp, dripping with mockery. "Consideration?" he said, amusement twisting his words. "This is your fleet? Tiny, slow, and utterly obsolete. How quaint." Another alien, a being shaped like a floating crystal, let out a resonant hum that translated as laughter. "Did your species dig these ships from some old planetary grave? Or are they toys?" Alara kept her composure. She knew this reaction was expected. Humans had faced ridicule for centuries, even in their own solar system, and yet they had survived, adapted, and advanced. She allowed a small smile to cross her face. "These ships may appear simple," she said, "but appearances can be deceiving." The aliens only scoffed further. They had spent eons perfecting their fleets, ships that could phase through stars, manipulate gravity, and project weapons that could disintegrate entire moons. They saw Earth as a backwater planet, barely worthy of recognition. Among the humans, engineers and pilots moved with quiet efficiency. They checked systems, calibrated instruments, and prepared for a demonstration. The ships themselves were sleek but ordinary. They had familiar designs, modular hulls, visible engines, and standard energy weapons. Nothing here would suggest the chaos they could unleash. A young human officer whispered to her colleague, "They really think we're obsolete." "Just wait," the council continued its mockery. "Obsolete. That is the polite word," said the crystal alien. "Primitive at best. The humans should retire their fleet before it embarrasses itself further." Commander Voss raised her hand, signaling the humans to begin. The ships flickered as systems came online. What had looked like ordinary hulls suddenly started to glow faintly, revealing complex energy fields that pulsed rhythmically across their surfaces. "What trickery is this?" asked one of the alien admirals. "No trickery," Voss replied. "Just careful engineering." The humans activated their fleet's engines, and the ships aligned in precise formations, almost like dancers on a stage. The alien delegates murmured among themselves, still certain this was some kind of ceremonial display. Then the unexpected happened. A small drone from the human fleet vanished into hyperspace, reappearing almost instantly in another part of the chamber. Another followed, moving faster than any alien technology could track. And then, in perfect synchronization, the entire fleet began to pulse, hum, and shimmer as if alive. The council went silent. Shock replaced mockery. The human ships were no longer ordinary. They seemed to bend space around them, shifting subtly, moving unpredictably. The aliens couldn't comprehend it. "What is this?" a tall alien demanded, stepping forward. His voice trembled, a mixture of fear and disbelief. "This," said Commander Voss, her voice calm, "is a fleet designed to adapt, learn, and survive. You may see us as obsolete, but in reality we are prepared for anything the galaxy can throw at us." The humans began a display of tactical maneuvers. Ships split and merged in ways that appeared impossible. Small groups darted in patterns that suggested intelligence far beyond programmed algorithms. They didn't fire weapons, but the subtle energy fields they projected interfered with alien sensors and shields. Ships that were once confident in their superiority found themselves unable to target the humans effectively. Some aliens tried to laugh it off, but even the tallest, most arrogant representatives could feel the tension building. They had assumed technological superiority was all that mattered, but these humans used strategy, adaptability, and ingenuity in ways the Council had never seen. Alara's calm voice guided the fleet through complex maneuvers, each one demonstrating the humans' mastery of precision, timing, and coordination. Her crew moved as one mind, reacting instantly to any challenge, any threat, any potential mistake. The council watched in a mixture of awe and disbelief. "This cannot be," muttered a crystalline delegate, its form quivering. "They are outmaneuvering us. With primitive ships?" "Yes," Ilara said softly, almost kindly. "It is not the size or the firepower of the fleet that matters. It is how you use it. Creativity, resilience, and intelligence. These are the true strengths of a civilization." Whispers spread across the chamber. Some aliens were angry, others scared, and a few quietly impressed. The humans' quiet confidence had turned the tide of perception. They were no longer a subject of mockery. They were a force to be reckoned with. The display continued for hours, each maneuver more complex than the last. The aliens had expected spectacle, but this was a lesson in strategy, a reminder that appearances could be deceiving, and that even a seemingly obsolete species could rewrite the rules of engagement. Finally, Commander Voss brought the fleet to a halt. Every ship hummed with energy, silent but ready. The council chamber was quiet. The humans had not destroyed a single ship. They had not even fired a weapon. And yet the room vibrated with tension and astonishment. The crystal alien's hum was low, uneasy. You have shown us something we did not anticipate." Alara inclined her head. "We have shown what humans are capable of. If you wish to challenge us, know that we will always adapt, learn, and survive. Mockery is easy. Understanding is the challenge." As the humans prepared to leave, whispers and murmurs filled the council. For centuries, Earth had been underestimated. Now the galaxy was beginning to see that humans were not to be dismissed, that their fleet might appear obsolete, but their minds and courage were beyond measure. Outside the council, in the silent void of space, the human fleet gathered for a final signal. Tiny drones zipped silently among the ships, testing hyperspace jumps, forming new formations and sharing data instantaneously. The humans were quiet, focused, and composed. They didn't need applause. They didn't need recognition. Their work spoke for itself. The silence in the Galactic Council lingered like a weight. The humans had not fired a single weapon, yet every alien present felt an unfamiliar tension, a calm, quiet power that demanded respect. Commander Alara Voss stood among her crew, her eyes scanning the assembly. She knew the next step would change everything. Outside the council chamber, the human fleet floated in formation, appearing deceptively ordinary. But every ship was alive with hidden potential, a network of intelligence that allowed them to act as one mind. Drones zipped around the ships, invisible to most sensors, carrying out tests at faster than light speeds. A tall, crystalline alien approached the council's holographic display, its voice trembling. We must strike now. If they are allowed to prepare further, the galaxy may never recover from this." Another delegate, shaped like a massive jellyfish, shimmered nervously. "No, we need to observe. Their ships, their strategy. It is unlike anything we have seen." Even among themselves, doubt began to take root. Centuries of arrogance had left many alien civilizations blind to the power of human adaptability. The first move without warning, Commander Voss raised her hand. A quiet signal passed through the fleet. In perfect synchronization, human ships shifted shape, merging and separating like living organisms. Smaller ships combined into larger modular formations, creating shapes that seemed impossible for their mass and size. Alien sensors struggled to track them, their readings spinning into confusion. The aliens had prepared for a simple demonstration. They had assumed humans were obsolete, predictable, and slow to react. Now they faced a force that could change faster than their calculations could predict. From the council chamber, the delegates could see the human fleet move as a single entity. The energy fields around the ships shimmered, forming patterns that interfered with targeting systems, shields, and even communications. A wave of panic spread as alien admirals realized their weapons were useless against the invisible currents of human strategy. "We must recalibrate," shouted one alien. "Everything is failing." Alara's voice, calm and assured, carried over the fleet's communications. "We do not seek destruction. We seek balance. If you choose conflict, know that we will respond, not with recklessness, but with precision." The battle of minds, the humans demonstrated their fleet's true capability. It was not raw power that set them apart, but intelligence, creativity, and adaptability. Ships darted through space, avoiding detection, merging and splitting to confuse sensors. Drones appeared behind alien vessels, not to attack, but to disable their weapon systems subtly, rendering fleets helpless without causing unnecessary destruction. Aliens had long believed that technology alone dictated power. But humans were teaching the galaxy a lesson in strategy, proving that thought, flexibility, and teamwork could overcome even the most advanced machines. A massive alien warship, the pride of its civilization, fired its main cannon. The beam tore through space, intended to obliterate a human ship. In a heartbeat, the human vessel split into two, then four, each part dodging the beam with perfect timing. The beam struck empty space. What is this?" cried a council member. "They're ships. They anticipate our moves before we make them." Alara smiled faintly. "We observe, we learn, we adapt. That is how humans survive. That is how humans thrive." The galactic realization within hours, the entire council chamber was buzzing with a mixture of fear and awe. The humans did not destroy fleets. They did not enslave civilizations. They merely showed what they were capable of. And in that display, every alien representative understood something profound. Strength is not measured by weaponry alone. Intelligence, courage, and adaptability matter more. A young alien diplomat whispered to his colleague, trembling. "Have we underestimated them all this time?" "Entirely?" "Yes," his colleague replied softly. "Every step, every calculation, all flawed." Commander Voss and her crew moved with quiet efficiency, demonstrating formations, energy fields, and evasive maneuvers that left the aliens scrambling. The humans' fleet became a living demonstration of ingenuity in motion, teaching the galaxy that underestimating Earth was a mistake no one could afford. A gesture of peace. Once the demonstration ended, the humans did not gloat. There were no declarations of conquest, no demands for obedience. Instead, Alara addressed the council one final time. "We do not seek war. We do not wish to dominate. Earth has survived because we are adaptable, creative, and brave. Those qualities extend beyond our fleet. They are our nature. We offer you this knowledge not as a threat but as an invitation. Respect, cooperation, and peace can achieve more than arrogance and fear." The chamber was silent. Aliens had expected confrontation or retreat, not wisdom and humility. The message was clear. Humanity was strong but measured, capable, and honorable. A murmur spread through the council. Some alien factions nodded in cautious agreement. Others, still shaken, tried to hide their fear. But it was evident. Humans had earned respect across the galaxy in a single demonstration. The aftermath days passed after the demonstration, and the galaxy buzzed with the news. News drones carried videos and sensor logs of the human fleet's maneuvers. Aliens debated, analyzed, and reevaluated centuries of assumptions. Scholars wrote treatises, generals revised tactics, and leaders reconsidered alliances. Humans, meanwhile, returned to Earth quietly, their fleet appearing modest once more. But in hidden sectors and distant systems, whispers spoke of the day humans turned obsolete into the unimaginable. Back on the bridge of the flagship Intrepid, Alara looked at her crew. "They will think twice before underestimating us again," she said. A young pilot grinned. "I think they will remember this day forever." Alara smiled faintly. "Not just the day, but what humans are capable of. That is what matters." The galaxy had seen Earth's fleet, but it had also glimpsed the true power of humanity: intelligence, courage, adaptability, and unity. A species that seemed small and weak had shown that even in a universe of giants, humans could stand tall, defy expectations, and lead the way. And so, a new chapter began. Not one of domination, but of respect, awe, and possibility. Humanity had proven that being underestimated was not weakness. It was the perfect opportunity to reveal strength in its purest form. The day the humans unveiled their obsolete fleet, the galaxy learned a truth it could not ignore. Earth was no longer a curiosity. Earth was a force.